Good morning, Magic Tribe, and welcome back to another episode of Tarot and Truth. This is episode 12. I am Nina Diedrich, and this is Magic Mom Ministries. Welcome. For those of you who are returning, I'm so grateful for your presence every day. You make my life a whole lot more. Hello, Bridget. It's good to see you. All right, so today we're going to do something fun. We're going to go through all of my tarot decks today. So let's start by listing them all off. Ready? Okay, so we have the Deviant Moon Tarot by Patrick Valenza, right? Act the Devil cards on the bottom. The devil is in the details, right? Okay, then we have the Astrology Answers Tarot, which is a really fun basic deck you can get for really cheap. I think I paid like $5 for it or something like that. And which card do we have on the bottom of this one? But the Six of Wands. Returning victorious from battle, right? That's kind of apt too. All right, so next we have the Dragon Tarot by Nigel Suckling, and this was a gift from Christine88. Thank you, dear. I love you. Hello, Rebecca and Nara. Welcome back, you guys. Next, we are going to the Steampunk Tarot. I don't remember who does the Steampunk Tarot. Oh, I am so fired. I want to say Barbara Moore. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, and I apologize. I'll correct it in the comments. Or if somebody can Google it really quick, that would be great, and hit me with it in the comments. Hello, Kayla. Welcome back. Okay, so that's 4. Okay, next we have the Crystal Unicorn Tarot by Pamela Chen. A personal favorite of a lot of you. And the bottom card is the 7 of Cups. What did we have on the bottom of? Ooh, we had the 10 of Wands on the bottom of the Dragon Tarot. Okay, prelim messages, guys. And then what was on the bottom of the Steampunk Tarot? Ooh, the Emperor. And we are stepping into a bit of our masculine go-get-em, aren't we? I don't know if you guys have noticed the shift, but I definitely have. Okay, next we have one of my personal favorites, the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz. And what's on the bottom but my card? Death, 13. Also the degree I was born at in Scorpio, for those of you astrologers who want to get a little insight. And then we have, last but not least, one of my favorites. And then I'm actually going to use one Oracle deck, but just because I missed it yesterday and we didn't use it, and that is the Woman Runes deck by Bridget Scrove. It's just a rune deck, so we'll use that one at the end. You should be a Scorpio. I'm proud. Most of us Scorpios are pretty proud of being Scorpios. It's a transformation sign. All right, so the Everyday Witch Tarot is the last one, and that one is by Deborah Blake, I believe. And I love this deck, so this is the one we're going to start with. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's 7 decks. What do you know? Oh. And we start off with the Queen of Pentacles card, right? Aren't we sitting pretty, knowing all that we need is already here, right? Welcome to 5D, everyone. Actually, I'm going to put these over here. Okay, let's get one more. Good morning, niece. I love you, Lily Bean. I hope Lex is watching with you. If not, I hope she's having a good day. Oh, and the pile falls out. Ooh, and the Ace of Pentacles was the one on the bottom. That's a nice card. All right. What in the world? I'm throwing them at the floor. This deck is super slippery today, apparently. Maybe I don't need to pick another one. Oh, there it is. It was just stuck. Okay. And we get the Ace of Wands, right? So what were we saying the other day about us figuring out that, well, we have some powers that we didn't know about, and they're kind of creeping out on us in little ways. Right, Rebecca? So you guys are going to be noticing new abilities popping out that you didn't know you had before. And don't freak out. You know, talk to somebody in the know, whether it's just somebody who also is on a metaphysical bent, or, you know, message me or somebody else, one of the other tribe members. I know you guys are all linked up to. And just try to stay centered in the fact that you're not weird and we love you and everything is going to be just fine. We just have to get used to how to work in this new paradigm, right? Leveling up is sometimes hard, but we can all do it. All right, so let's get a couple cards out of the Dragon Tarot. Ooh, we get the High Priestess. I love this card in the Dragon Tarot. Look how centered and focused and knowing she looks, right? Perfectly balanced in the center. Knowing where she's going, where she's been, and where she is now, which is most important. Let's get one more. This deck is huge. It's almost as big as some Oracle card decks. There we go. And the Ten of Pentacles comes out with the High Priestess. So this tells me that we are indeed manifesting our prosperity right now. What does abundance mean to you? Is it a happy relationship, lots of, money, knowing all the things that you want to know, having a super awesome relationship, great kids, the American dream? What does abundance mean for you? Because it's going to be different for everyone, but we're all manifesting our highest state of abundance right now. It's just not happening the way we thought it was going to. Okay, so let's go to let's do the Crystal Unicorn Tarot next. And let's see, if there's something that we have to do or be or say or whatever. 1111, sweet deal. In order to help bring this abundance about more quickly. Okay. And okay. I'm just trying to clear a little bit of room here. I've got decks everywhere. And what do we pull out? But the Seven of Cups. Wasn't this the deck or the card on the bottom of the deck too? Right? So I'm going to pull 3 out of this one just because we already got this message. But that definitely does mean that we really need to focus on the opportunities being presented to us and the fact that even though there seems to be a lot of choices, we still have to make one, or one is going to be made for us. This isn't 3D anymore, okay? We're on a whole different vibrational level right now. You probably noticed it in your interactions with people, that people are either being completely triggered by your existence or almost sort of like not even seeing you. I've had like a bajillion people like just pull out in front of me over the last like 3 or 4 months. Like I wasn't even there. So I'm like, Weird. I'm not sure if, maybe I'm the only one that happens to. Oh, this is my favorite card in this whole deck. I mean, it's a great card in any deck, but it's my favorite one in this deck, right? But because what's, happier than a family full of unicorns and rainbows, right? It's like the epitome of what we want right now, and we can get it. We just have to make that choice and keep making that choice. It's not something we just say like, yeah, that's what I want, and then we can go back to doing things the way that we used to do them. We have to actively keep making that choice every second. And the more we do that, the more automatic it starts becoming, and you'll notice that it's getting easier and easier, right? And that's what, starting to live in a 5D life is. Being less reactive and a little bit more proactive. Let's get one more card out of this deck. The Three of Swords. Okay, so there you have our choice right here, right? We can stay in the suffering of the pain and blah, blah, blahs of our past, or we can put those away and say, okay, I'm ready to receive this. We have to make the choice, okay? Because good things are coming for everyone, but some of us are pushing them away. So if you feel like you're kind of doing that still with your blockages, then, maybe it's time that you take a more proactive approach of your transformation, right? Instead of waiting for it to come to you, maybe you should just realize you can make it happen by making the choice, right? Okay. It sort of felt like a lecture coming out, and I'm not sure why. Okay. Let's get Kim Cron's next. I want to clarify this Seven of Cups. Why are we having such a hard time making this decision? It doesn't seem like rocket science. Okay, so we have the Daughter of Swords. Okay, so I kind of like this card. It shows this owl sitting here in contemplation, and all these little orbs are floating around her. And I kind of like to think of these as like our energetic centers or our chakras or whatever you want to call them, right? They're like the portals into the workings of our lives, right? And they're all different colors because they all handle different things. And they all kind of look like they're behind her, except for this little white one in the front, right? And that is our connection with Source. So maybe the message for this card this time, it's not always the same message, right? Because I'm an intuitive, is we need to remember that we are always connected, right? So if we're in a lower vibration, then that's what we're manifesting. And if we're in a higher vibration, that's what we're manifesting. We have to take control of our vibration every second of every day in every way, as much as we humanly possibly can, right? By being conscious of it at all times. Hello, Taylor. Have a good day at work. I love you. Okay. Let's get one more out of Kim Cron's. A Wild Unknown. Oh my goodness. Ooh, this one came out yesterday too. Okay, so we still have a little bit of fear of lack, right? We're afraid that if we let go of the things from our past that we won't have anything anymore. But what you're forgetting is if you let go of the things from your past that you don't need to carry into your future, it leaves room for something better to take its place, right? When we let go of something, something better always takes its place. Unless we get sucked back into the fear and dogma. By lowering our vibration. We have to keep it higher. So whatever it takes in order for you to do that. Changing your diet, eating more high vibrational foods, Eating a lot of red meat and stuff is really bad for your human and your soul, because you are what you eat, right? And there's a lot of good documentaries and things about things like that you can watch, and other people who have other great channels on that sort of thing. But when you're eating things, especially things raised in cruelty and sadness and indifference, then that's what you're feeding your body. And then you kind of end up feeling that way. That's why you end up feeling lethargic and like you just want to sleep and like instant regret, you know? And anyways, enough of the lecturing on high vibrational foods, but the more we can kind of take a more active approach in taking care of our human, because it's our vehicle, right? Without our vehicle, our spirit can't experience the things that it needs to, right? So our self-care needs to start becoming one of our biggest priorities. Your body is your temple, right? You hear that everywhere. The Bible, the gym, wherever you go, the doctor's office. You only get one, right? And, sometimes it may not be exactly the way you wanted it to be, but maybe that's the way your soul needed it to be in order to further your evolution and growth. And maybe what you need to do is shift your perspective on something, right? Maybe it's a lesson in, I don't know, learning to receive. There's always something that you could shift your focus about it into, something else. Let's get one more from Kim Crons. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So we go from the 4 of coins back to the 3 of coins. But see, the 3 of coins is about knowing that we're connected. When we get to the 4 of coins, then we fear we're not connected anymore and that we have to do something in order to maintain it. But we don't. We just have to take care of ourselves and, love ourselves the way we're supposed to, not egoically with our pride, but, unconditionally, like we're the creator of it, because we are. Right? And if you don't like something about yourself, then maybe you need to actively pursue something to change it. And I can't, because of blah, 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 X, Y, and Z excuses, isn't going to fly with me. I used to be almost 300 pounds and borderline diabetic. They told me if I didn't lose weight, I was going to have to start doing injections. So I juice fasted for 60 effing days, and it was the shittiest process I've ever had to go through, and it sucked fucking donkey balls, and I hated it. But I lost 65 pounds and actually reversed my type 2 diabetes. I'm no longer a diabetic at all. Because I did the shit work. And I kept doing this shit work until I'm now the current 125 pounds I was in high school. And I'm actually healthier than I was in high school. And so don't tell me you can't do it. I was also in a horribly abusive relationship. I didn't have a way to support me or my 3 children, and we had no place to live. But I got to the point where I could not allow myself to damage myself any further, and I left. And we ended up in a tent for a year. And it was the best experience of my fucking life. Was it hard? Oh, fuck yeah. Did a lot of it suck? Sure. Did it bring me and my kids closer? Absolutely. Did I learn a whole shit ton of stuff about myself? Oh, you betcha. So I'm really getting sick and tired of hearing people's excuses about why they can't do stuff to make their lives better. Really, what the problem is you're just wanting to get sympathy, and have somebody sit there and listen to you piss and moan about how crappy your life is. You have a life, therefore it's not crappy. Period. And I think a lot of the problem right now is a serious sense of ingratitude. Ingratitude for the creation of who you are. If you were supposed to be something different, then you would be something different. You're exactly the way you need to be. Exactly the way you are right this second. So your soul can express exactly what it is right now. So are you going to hamper or hinder that process? Or are you going to just let it go and realize that what everybody else thinks doesn't matter? It just matters what you think. They just mirror what you think about yourself. So if you don't love yourself, no one else is going to love you either. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody else is going to take care of you either. And if you don't connect to yourself, nobody else is going to be able to show you how to do that or do it for you either. It really is put up or shut up time, guys. So if you want to actively make a difference, then put on your big boy pants and your big girl pants and let's do this. But I'm done with the I can'ts. I can't is the dirtiest word in existence. You can do anything because you are a divine creator. Creating. It's the only reason you're here. So let's do it together, okay? Now off my soapbox. Let's jump over to the steampunk tarot. You are the emperor, are you not? Of your own life. The story of your life. You're creating it. No one else is creating it for you. And if you're letting other people create your life for you, you're only living half of it. And here's the Four of Pentacles again. We need to let go of the old stories of lack. There is no lack. We create what we need because it's all already here, right? The big giant soup pot of creation, a bajillion and a half choices. Just make one. And then the universe steps in line to help you make that happen. But if you keep saying, no, that's not for me. That, somebody else needs that more than me. Well, then they're going to keep giving it away to somebody else. So you don't need it, right? Let the wheel of fortune turn in your fucking favor for once, guys. I'm saying this to myself, too. We need to learn how to let go of our old stories and receive what's coming. That's what 5D is about. Knowing you already have everything you need and want at your disposal at any moment, at any time. You just have to let it happen. All right. Astrology answers. Let's see what this one has to say. Isn't this the card on the bottom of this deck? The victory card. Here we are. The head of our own parade. Yeah, our head's bandaged, and boy, have we been through some shit. We came out the other side victorious, just like I knew we would, right? Brighter and shinier than ever. Oh, dropping all the cards. Try this again. Oh, This puppy weighs 1,000,000 pounds. And, okay, got 2 actually. Okay, so, wow, that doesn't happen very often. These cards haven't been in order since I brought them home, so I'm not sure how this freaking happened, but we have a bit of a progression. The 7 of coins, right? We have all been doing our work and watching it come into fruition, right? Now, we need to take those pieces and, like the 8 of coins, hone our craft. And if you don't know how to do that, find someone who can help you. There's 1,000,000 people out there just waiting for you to come running and say, okay, I'm ready. Let's start. I'm ready to dive deeper into this process and learn to become the creator being that I am. Because I remember now what I came here for and what I have to give, right? Okay, but also remember, Fox Mama, it is okay to treat yourself sometimes with those chocolate-covered macadamia nuts and your coffee. You can also learn how to make it less processed so it's not as bad for you. I brew my own cold brew and I don't heat the beans so it makes it less acidic because I have to drink coffee to replenish my cerebral spinal fluid. But, you know, I drink it in moderation and I try to keep it as clean as I can. You know, I do, however, use a mountain of chocolate syrup and caramel in my coffee, which I probably shouldn't, but that's my cheat. I don't really do a whole lot of other things besides that. So we all have something. We can't deny ourselves everything that our human wants, right? Kind of defeats the purpose of what we're doing. But we can figure out ways to do it in a more clean way, right? Oh, thanks, Taylor. I got yours going right now. I put it up this morning. So, but it's a matter of not going to McDonald's and getting their iced coffee and making it for yourself. It's just about making those simple choices. I really love to bake and things like that. So I learned how to make healthier things taste better, sometimes by tweaking the ingredients and adding a little bit of something that's not quite so healthy sometimes. Because unless you're trying to actively heal your body, you don't have to deny it of every pleasure, right? Otherwise, that's how we fail. You're kind of setting yourself up for failure from the beginning. So, make sure you're doing it the right way and not, as a means of punishing your human too. Because sometimes we do that, right? Oh, you don't look the way I want you to, so I'm going to starve you for a week so you could fit in those damn pants. That's the kind of thing we're trying to step away from. And that's, how the 5D process is changing everything for us. We're just taking more loving approaches to everything instead of, actively jumping on the castigation wagon. Boy, are we over that. Okay. Deviant Moon. Let's see what you have to say. Oh, and it actually gave me. Okay. No. Memento. I'm going to actually shuffle these really quick because I haven't used these ones in a little bit. Okay, so Now that we're actively moving into these processes, let's see maybe what we should be starting to focus on now that we've sort of managed to balance out our self-care and things like that. Okay, I want that one. I want that one. And oh my God. Okay. Okay, so I normally don't do reversals, but this card actually popped out upside down. And I think I'm having a little bit of a mirror problem because we also have the 2 of coins, but she came out upright. So the 2 of wands is kind of like, it's kind of us harvesting things in our lives. Like you see him pulling the garlic up out of the ground. It's like us pulling up our shadow aspects. It's like us pulling up all the things that we don't really want to look at, but we know they need to come out, or they're just being forced to come out, you know? And the 2 of wands kind of also just shows us that there is an option, right? There's always an option, no matter what you're doing, right? And then we can actively choose to pick that option and dance with it, right? The thing I love about this card is this is the card that he based off of his wife, who's a belly dancer. The 2 of coins is about our prosperity. Stella, stop that. Is about our prosperity and knowing that we have everything that we need when we need it, and the complete and utter balance between our spirituality and our finances. And then the Chariot card came out up with those. So we have 2, 2, and 7. So that's an 11. What do you know? Weird. So the Chariot is about movement, right? We're now ready to make that move. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about pursuing, now's the time to do that. But you need to do it with an open heart and without doubt. You need to pursue it actively knowing you already have everything you need to do exactly what you need to do. And the only thing holding you back is your personal fear, right? And fear is just false evidence appearing real. It's the illusion. It's like time, right? Okay, that is all the tarot. Let's hop into the Woman Runes deck. And let's get a few spiritual pointers for today. Ooh. Okay, so our first card is the Cauldron of Reflection, the 26 card. So it's an 8. An 8 is all about our infinite purpose, right? This is about us retreating and withdrawing and finding creative solutions to our problems. This is us dipping our hand into the giant soup pot of life, okay? But it's not like licking your wounds kind of solitude. It's, I have to lock myself away so I can write these 5 chapters of this book because they just exploded in my head and I have to do it right now, right? So this is seeking creative solitude. This is realizing what it is that you need to finally accomplish and then locking yourself away to do it. Okay. Oh, and these 2 came out together. Okay, so we're going to manage to accomplish this by harnessing our power, right? This is the Rune of Power, the Dancing Woman card. It's about our strength, knowing we can do it, and that no matter what gets thrown at us, we're going to come through it just fine. Better than when we started, right? Because even the bad things we learn lessons from. Sometimes they're our best lessons even. And the moon and the star card, the 17. Also another 8. This is the rune of faith and our inspiration and creativity. This is also the psychic healing card. So this is like the opposite of our solitude. But this is knowing that you've already accomplished this process, It's a little star on the boat, Let's see what's next in this story. And then you start picking up little pieces of your tribe, right? Now we have the dancing women card. Celebration. Knowing that we're better creators together than apart, right? It's also about solidarity in ourselves and in our relationships with other people. Everyone is, Bridget. No, you're not alone. So now we need to name our power. What have you been shown? This is the 3, okay? This is a 3 year. This is what our whole year is about. And weirdly on my thing, it says 3 and 3, or 3 likes and 3 people in here. Although now there's 4, so. But, what is it you want to create? Not what can you create with what you have, but what do you want to create? This is your word of power. This is your I am. I made my I am message during the process of reading Conversations with God when I said, I am the messenger, right? What are you? What do you want to be? Is the better question. Next, we have, again, a mirror and the reflection, right? This is the rune of surrender, gentleness, and sacrifice, and letting go the pain of our past processes. It's also the opposite of this card, right? 21 and 12. All right, nice. Okay, we're going to end it with these 2. So, the flying woman, right? Transformation, death, and rebirth. This is, again, the 13. It's coming through hard. This is about us shifting our shapes and changing. This is not about who you've always been now. It's about who you want to be. Who do you choose to be? What's going to make you happiest? And how can you do that? By the next dark moon, you're going to get that answer, right? So the first, or I should say the new moon in May, should see us all in very different places from where we are now, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, spiritually. This is the rune of wisdom. This is about us owning our processes and knowing what they are. Opening the door to the unknown. The Crone's rune. One of my favorites. The process I'm moving into in my life right now. I've been the maiden. And I've been the mother. Now, as my daughter's becoming a mother, I'm moving into my crone cycle. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Because I know with that wisdom will come my personal spiritual greatness. And I'll be able to accomplish all the things I came here to accomplish now. that I've let my human have her way. So, how are you going to let your human have his or her way? What new processes are you going to be moving into now? How are you going to be shedding your light farther than it's ever gone before? By letting people know exactly who and what you really are. And I'm going to leave you with that thought. And I will see you all tomorrow, probably about 9 a.m. Although it may be earlier. We'll see. Just watch your notifications. I'll try to post it up a half an hour ahead of time so everybody will get a reminder. Know that we here at Magic Mom Ministries love, appreciate, and are in full support of all of you in your process. And thank you so much for following mine and being so supportive of it. I love all of you, and I couldn't do this without you. You make it worth it every day. So, if you're sitting on the fence about whether or not you should dive deeper into your process, you should. You're worth it. I promise. And if you want my help, you know how to get a hold of me. My deets are in the description box below. I love all of you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Remember, be good.